I call this meeting of the Northeast Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The board will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.074, to discuss personnel or to hear complaints against personnel, and the time is 5:30. Okay, the board will now reconvene into open session. The time is 6:11. Item 4, matters from executive session. A, personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments pursuant to Government Code Section 551.074. 1, possible action regarding routine personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments. Do I have a motion to approve as discussed in executive session?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hasso. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Winkley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Item 2, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Do I have a motion to approve as discussed in executive session?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hasso. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Byer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Item 3, Principal of Northeast Alternative Center. Do I have a motion to approve as discussed in executive session?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hasso. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. We are now skipping to item 6, new business for possible board action. A, instruction and campus administration. 1, possible action regarding class size reduction waiver.
Me.
Okay, Dr. Micah.
Gina.
Thank you. Madam President, I would like to ask Gina Elliott to come to the podium for this item.
Good afternoon, Madam President, board members, Dr. Micah, and executive staff, and us. Yes. The provisions and requirements of class size waivers as required by the Texas Education Code, Section 25.112, stipulate that each school district in Texas conduct a class size enrollment survey for kindergarten through grade 4. And any class for grades K through 4 that exceeds the mandated class size limit of the 22-to-1 pupil-teacher ratio, then the district must submit the class size waiver request form. Our district currently has 18 campuses with 55 classrooms with enrollments in excess of the 22-to-1 ratio. We did provide an attachment that breaks out those 18 campuses and the number of classes. There is no budgetary impact to submitting this waiver, and it is recommended that we ask the Board of Trustees to approve this waiver.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
I actually did have one question.
Okay.
Do they look at each campus individually, or is it an all or nothing?
No, each campus
Each one gets
is-
their own? Right.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're applying for 55 waivers. So each individual classroom that's over the 22-to-1 has to get a waiver. Gotcha.
So they could approve some waivers and not approve some. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
Do we know if any of the other districts have submitted their waivers yet? I'm just curious to know if you've heard anything.
They should be in the process that we're doing because you have to do it within the 30th day of instruction. And so
Okay.
that was September 30th, so we're always usually around this time frame
Okay.
submitting it, so.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Do I have a motion to approve the class size waiver reduction?
So moved?
Thank you, Mrs. Winkley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Byer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Okay, the board will now reconvene into executive session, and the time is 6:14. Thank you all for being here.